Welcome to the American Dream TV Selling Charleston, a city known for its rich history, the architecture, the cuisine, and of course the beaches. Today we're going to be exploring different neighborhoods and learning about the real estate, culture, lifestyle, and community of this historic city.
So I've lived in Charleston for 25 years, and I've eaten at every breakfast and brunch spot there is. And there's nothing that beats Miller's all day. My name's Thomas Davis. I'm your host of the American Dream TV, Selling Charleston. Let's go check this out. So I'm gonna go take a nap and sleep that off, but when we come back, we're gonna go meet Lauren Collar over in Mount Pleasant. She's gonna give us some tips and tricks about living in the Low Country. So I'd like to introduce Lauren Collar of the Collar Find. She runs a lifestyle blog about Charleston and living here in Charleston, and a lifelong Mount
Born
Pleasant.
and raised, yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that.
So born and raised, parents, grandparents, the whole 9 yards are from the Charleston area, and I have lived in Mount Pleasant my entire life. So it's special to me, but it certainly has grown in the last few years. It really has changed for sure.
So tell us a little bit about the Collar Find.
So the Collar Find is a lifestyle blog that I have a website and it's on Instagram, and I use it to help busy people save time, whether it's tips and tricks or recipes, but then there's a component of it that's all about the Low Country too, because people are always reaching out asking, where should I eat, where should I stay? And I feel like being born and raised here, I have a different insight that I can share with them.
So and it's at the Collar Find.
At the Collar Find. So my last name is Collar, and I'm always finding the good stuff. So that's where that name came from.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So what are some of the most popular questions that you get asked on your blog?
As far as Charleston,
Yes.
definitely where to eat. And one answer is where you can get reservations these days, right? But what I typically say is if you know where you want to go, reserve it as soon as you can. And where to stay. People always have questions about different hotels in town and where they should stay and things to do. But eat and stay are probably the top two.
What's the restaurant that you most often send them to?
Well, the most often, because it's usually people that are a little last minute, is to go downtown to 167 Raw, put your name down, make a plan to shop or, you know, go to some different spots and then come back, but don't expect to eat when you get there. And then I always recommend Hall's Gospel Brunch on Sundays.
Absolutely.
Or 3 months in advance, or however long it is. I always recommend that as well.
Their French toast might be one of the best things in Charleston.
It's such a cool experience.
Yeah.
It's just very Low Country to me. So I love to recommend that as well.
So what would you say is your most favorite personal tip that you give out about Charleston?
My favorite probably would be to park the car, park the rental car, go walk, because you can walk the Ravenel Bridge, which is the most beautiful views, and you're getting exercise, and you can go downtown and go those side streets and see the most beautiful window boxes. And then you've got your islands like Sullivan's that you can park and kind of meander around there and stop at a few places and then walk beach. It's just, there's just so many beautiful things to see if you just get out and explore here.
I agree. I always tell people bring your walking shoes because you're going to be doing a lot of it.
Yes, for sure. And sunscreen.
And sunscreen and some bug spray in the middle of the summer sometimes too.
Yes, yes. I think if you just do what's on the list, sometimes you miss the hidden gems, and there are a lot of them here.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
there's something magical about walking along cobblestone streets that were built centuries ago. We're standing in the French Quarter on the Charleston Peninsula. I'm Stephanie Davis, your host of Selling Charleston. Today I want to bring you to two businesses who are practicing the Charleston tradition of craftsmanship and quality. The first one is Alesya Bags, and the second one is a family-owned business called 82 Queen. Come on, let's go check it out. I met Alesya 10 years ago on Twitter, and we both became part of a ladies' lunch group. I'll never forget the day she brought the prototype for her first laptop bag. Here she is now. Let's go into her store.
Stephanie, hello!
Hey, how are you?
I'm so good. I'm so happy to see you.
I'm happy to see you too. Thanks for having us today.
Yes, is this the original bag you've got on you?
It is. I've had it all this time.
Oh my gosh. Well, let me show you what I've been working on.
Okay. Okay, so what do we have?
So these are the latest bags, both named after my girls. So I think when we first met, I only had a little baby. Now I have two girls.
Okay.
This is the Maribel, the baby, who's now 13, and Dorothy Lee, who is my 10-year-old.
Okay, I love this one. Can I try it on?
Oh yes, I think that's the best part.
Okay, cool. Oh my gosh, this is so much lighter.
Is it? I'm so happy that you say that. The leather has changed, and also we've taken some of it down so you can have an everyday carry. This leather is a lot lighter too and more malleable to your body. So women have hips, and I wanted something that said, yes, right here is where my bag goes.
Yeah, this is cute. I love this. This feels good.
Oh, good. Was it so wonderful to see you?
This has been so fun. Thank you for having us. I love getting caught up on what you're doing. And now we're gonna go meet up with Jonathan at 82 Queen.
Hey Stephanie, welcome to 82 Queen.
Hi Jonathan, thanks for having us.
Absolutely, thanks for coming. So I heard you want to learn a little bit more about sheep crab soup and shrimp and grits.
Absolutely, it's the world's best.
Well, thank you, let's go try it.
Okay.
Here for y'all. Yeah, Stephanie, we got the shrimp and grits here for you, the barbecue shrimp and grits.
Oh, that's nice, thank you.
And then you can try this as well, but this is the sheep crab soup.
Okay. Wow, this looks amazing. No one makes shrimp and grits like you do.
Awesome, thank you. Ours is very unique. So it's a barbecue shrimp and grits. So we use a barbecue sauce that we start by rendering down some bacon. We deglaze with some bourbon, and we add some acid to it too. So it adds a nice acidity, so it cuts the fat from the grits and makes it very unique compared to most people's shrimp and grits.
Well, I'm gonna dive in here, and I also wanna try the sheep crab soup.
Well, I'd love for you to try this. I just want you to know you can also take it home too. We've got canisters of our sheep crab soup mix that you can make at home, and folks from all around the country order it from our website, and we send it everywhere.
Well, I bet that's great, but I can't imagine it tastes as good as it does right here in this courtyard.
It's always better right here, but you can get it at home too.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for having us. I'm gonna finish this up, but I've enjoyed this. Thank you so much.
Awesome, thank you. Enjoy the shrimp and grits.
So we've covered a lot of ground today. You've gotten to see the quality and craftsmanship that we prize so much right up close and personal. We visited 82 Queen and tried their shrimp and grits, and before that, we stopped by Alesya Bags. If you get a chance, I hope you'll visit both of these businesses and tell them I said hi. I'm Stephanie Davis, your host of Selling Charleston, and I'll see you next time.
Welcome back to Selling Charleston. There's so much to do in the Low Country here, but one of the favorites is being on the water. From the harbors to the rivers to the inlets and the beaches, there is so much to do here on the water, and that is why people dream to live here. Today, we're taking the scenic route over to James Island, one of the wonderful communities that's in between downtown Charleston and Folly Beach. Let's go take a look. I'd like to introduce my good friend Richard Stoughton with S1E2 of Charleston. Richard, thanks for taking us out on the water today.
Yeah, man. Anytime.
And so tell us, man, when people think of Charleston, they think about being on the water. Tell us about water activities here.
Oh, there's all kinds of stuff to do. Cruising, fishing, beaching, just family and friends, just absolutely out having a blast on the water.
And what all does S1E2 provide?
We offer private custom charters, so the sky's the limit, really. So lots of bachelorette parties, booze cruises, sandbar excursions, all kinds of different stuff like that.
So I could bring my whole real estate team out here and join us.
Absolutely.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, man.
So tell me, what is your favorite thing about being in Charleston?
I like the fishing. I like the fishing and the cruising. My family really enjoys it, so that's our two favorite activities.
That is awesome. I'm excited to go fishing with you. What's your favorite thing that you guys like to catch?
Redfish.
Oh, nice.
Redfish are the #1 here in Charleston.
Awesome. Well, Richard, thanks for the ride over to James Island, man. I really appreciate it today.
Anytime.
One of the icon stops here on James Island is Dimitri Park, commonly referred to as Sunrise Park. Beautiful sunrises, beautiful views of the harbor, just a great place where locals love to come, fishing, hanging out with the kids. Another one of those wonderful places that people like to have weddings, engagements, and just soak up this gorgeous scenery. Let's head over to meet with one of my good friends, Robert, for lunch at one of James Island's most popular dining spots, Bowen's Island. Robert, thanks for having us for lunch today. And Bowen's Island's a very special place. Can you tell us about the history of this place?
Well, Chris, believe it or not, the restaurant's been here about 75 years. My father's mother and his stepfather bought this little island and started a fish camp out here back in the late 40s. And developed a great reputation as a good place to get oysters, and I moved back in the early 80s to practice law, but I don't do that anymore. I run the restaurant. Proudly do that.
And it is a great restaurant. It sure is amazing food, and there's a lot else that you have to offer here.
Well, you know, two things about the food. One is I tell people the food is almost always good, and if it's not, you got the most beautiful view in the world. But we do a lot of rehearsal parties, do a lot of private events, weddings, company parties, which is a nice part of the business as well, but the food is the key and the view is the key.
Yeah, I tell you, I brought my team out here one time and we went kayaking out, got to see the dolphins out in the water, and then we got to come back up and have some great food, and it sure was special.
Well, somebody asked me the other day what time the dolphins come by. Maybe you can tell them that.
As the sun starts to set here at Bowen's Island, there's one more special place on James Island I want to show you. Let's head there now. Every year from mid-November till New Year's Eve, James Island County Park puts on the Holiday Festival of Lights. Families come here to soak in the Christmas spirit. This is a real memory maker. 2 million lights, 3 miles of trails, food and fun. And one of my favorites here, 250,000 cups of hot chocolate every year. James Island is a community that has so much to offer, and it makes Charleston a special place to live. I'm your host, Chris Facello, Selling Charleston, and this is your American Dream.
Welcome to another Sunday Fun Day here in the Low Country. Today we are in downtown Charleston off the iconic King Street.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty excited. There are so many fun things to do downtown, from the restaurants to the bars, and of course the shopping.
Right? You'll run out of money before you run out of things to do.
Totally. I'm Hillary Paramo.
I'm Kristen Joy.
Today I'm gonna be showing you an adorable home downtown just south of Broad that exudes Southern charm.
And I'm gonna go to one of my all-time favorite restaurants right up in Midtown, the Honey Hive.
All right, so you're gonna go to the Honey Hive.
Right.
I'm gonna go show that house downtown.
Right.
We'll circle back.
Oh my God, is that Sam from the co-op?
Oh my God, hey Sam. Hey Sam, you think you can give me a ride to south of Broad?
Absolutely, hop in.
Perfect. I'm gonna go do some shopping. I will meet you at the Honey Hive.
All right, see you in a bit.
See you in a bit.
downtown in one of Charleston's most iconic and coveted neighborhoods, south of Broad. Today I'm going to be showing you one of my favorite homes that just popped up. It truly exudes Charleston charm and the Southern way of life. Come on in, let's take a look. Here we are in the kitchen of 59 King Street. This home was built in 1967 and taken down to the studs and completely renovated in 2020. We've got 3 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, just over 2,000 square feet, and the home's listed for $2.795. This home is perfect for entertaining. Let me show you my favorite room in the house. It's got the perfect transitional space between the kitchen and the dining room. Your guests can sit down and enjoy a drink while they're waiting for dinner. During the renovation in 2020, every space was utilized. You've got the linen closet right here, washer dryer here. So here we are in the master closet, my second favorite room in the house. As you can tell, it was completely redone. You've got custom cabinets throughout, places to showcase your beautiful bags. And then we transition into the master bedroom. Just off that master closet is the master bedroom and this stunning master bath. Now that we've seen this King Street charmer, let's go meet Kristen for the brunch at Honey Hive.
I'm here with my good friend, Angela Marino, an owner of this amazing establishment, the Honey Hive. It's good to see you, Angela.
It's good to have you back.
Thank you. Give us all the details.
Well, we are a late night sweet and savory spot, very vintage, lots of gorgeous fabrics, delicious cocktail menu, and we have lots of excitement behind these walls. We are serving brunch every Sunday, but the second Sunday of every month, it is going to be burlesque brunch. We also have a DJ on Friday and Saturday nights, so think the best wedding music you've ever heard with a conversation. So you're able to have bottle service. It's amazing to listen to the music, and it's in a relaxed atmosphere that you can still have conversations with.
Tell us how that works. It's a little bit of sweet, it's a little bit of salty.
It is. It's small plates with both sweet and savory. Everything is made in-house, and it's very much a spot that you can go to after dinner, or you can make it your dinner.
Coming into the new year, what can we expect and how can we follow you?
Well, if you go to the Honey Hive CHS, you can follow us, and we update things daily. We have a momentum now in Charleston, especially on King Street, and we are just going to ride that momentum and build on it.
Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to watching you grow in the future.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Well, that's another Sunday Funday adventure in the books. We hope you had as much fun as we did exploring downtown Charleston. I'm Hillary Paramo.
And I'm Kristen Joy, and we're your Sunday Funday gals. Until next time, cheers.
Look at the majestic views of this beautiful home. This gives you a small sense of what it's like to live on the historic Sullivan's Island, South Carolina. Welcome to another edition of American Dream TV. I'm your host, Susie Kopp. Today, I'm going to be taking you to Sullivan's Island Elementary School. I promise you, there's not another one like it in the entire country. Afterward, I want to show you Dunleavy's Pub. It's a little watering hole, and you're gonna love seeing the crowd that hangs out there. Most importantly, I want to show you the backyard. These views are extraordinary. Come, follow me. Here we are at Sullivan's Island Elementary School. Before we get started, I have to mention one thing. Sullivan's Island Elementary has a 5-star rating on Yelp. Jessica is a dear friend. Tell us why it has that rating.
I don't know when I went here if there was Yelp, but I think it still had a 5-star rating. There were so many great reasons. I remember wonderful teachers. I remember great friends. I remember special events like May Day festivals and plays. But I think the thing, Susie, that I remember the most is being able to learn and play on the beach.
What? On the beach?
We had school on the beach. We would get to go out and learn about the coastal environment. I remember building sandcastles with friends, but my favorite day of the year was field day on the beach.
There's one other reason that makes this place so special in its location. What is it?
Yeah, so besides the Atlantic Ocean and the beach, out front of the school, there are 2 historical bunkers that were actually used in the 1800s in the wars. And so one of them specifically was named Battery Gadsden, and it was transformed in the 1970s to be the Edgar Allan Poe Library.
So your library was a true bunker?
It was. There is definitely something more fun about going and reading and checking out books from a bunker, right?
Oh, wow. Well, thank you so much. I look forward to the kids coming out in just a couple minutes.
That's it.
Jamie, that was fun watching you feed all those kids that popcorn and Coke. When did that tradition start?
So 30 years ago when they opened the pub, my Uncle Bill and my mother started that tradition where the kids could come here after school and they would tell us what they learned or how their day was, and they would get free popcorn and soda.
So they had to work a little bit, not just free. They had to tell you something?
They did. They usually have to provide me with a little something. And then a tradition still continues to this day. I've been here for 26 years and they still come, to the point of where I have adults coming now and they're telling me, I remember when I used to come and get Coke and popcorn. It's nice to see it's still going.
That is so fun. Well, speaking of contributing to the community, tell me your affiliation with Special Olympics. It's a pretty extraordinary story.
It is. So every year on January 1st, New Year's Day, we have our polar bear swim here. And 15 years ago, probably around 15 years ago, Special Olympics came to us and they said, we have a local athlete who would like to go to the Dublin Games. We're trying to raise money. Would you be willing to have us come out to get donations? And we said, absolutely. And they came out and they raised enough money to send her and her family to Dublin.
Oh my
Her name was
gosh.
Krista Kuchar. And we've continued that affiliation to this day, to the point of where we've raised over $600,000 for Special Olympics.
$600,000 for Special Olympics. That's pretty extraordinary, Jamie.
It is, yeah. It's been great. The community has been awesome. Local businesses, everybody.
Wow. I'm Susie Kopp, selling Charleston on American Dream TV. Thank you for joining.
Welcome everyone to another episode of American Dreams Selling Charleston. I'm your host, John Fergola.
And I'm your co-host, Love Fergola. And today we're going to talk about why we love Charleston so much. It's not just about the food, the weather, or being outdoors all the time. It's about a lifestyle.
And we want to share how the locals live. So today we're hanging out next to the pedestrian walkway of the Ravenel Bridge. This bridge spans Mount Pleasant with downtown Charleston. Everybody loves biking or walking the 2.7-mile trail each way, with gorgeous views of the city in the background.
All that talk of exercise made me hungry. You hungry?
For sure, I'm always hungry.
Why don't you think of a place we can go eat?
I think I got something. Food and real estate are two of our favorite things. Let's go meet up with our good friends Frank and Eli at Grace and Grit and see what they have cooking.
Sounds good.
Charleston is famous for its delicious food and creative chefs who are masters of their trade. In fact, a recent Wallet Hub study ranked Charleston in the top 20 best foodie cities.
Let's go see what Chef Joe is cooking up in the kitchen. Maybe you can negotiate some great secrets from him.
Awesome, let's do it. So we're super excited to be in the kitchen at Grace and Grit right now with Chef Joe. You're a master at your trade, right?
That's what I hear.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit about how you got started in becoming a chef.
Well, I started at the bottom. I began as a dishwasher many years ago, and started working my way through kitchens while I was in school. Gained a business degree and decided to stick with this as my business, and I've been cooking ever since. We're going to present to you our whole fried local beeliner snapper over pimento cheese grits with collard greens and a green tomato bacon jam.
Did you hear my stomach growl?
I think I did.
So Frank and Eli, thanks so much for having us out today.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Absolutely, it's beautiful here. So I know you guys are living your American dream, you're local business owners. Tell us a little bit about how you got started, what's most important to you about being a local business owner.
Gosh, well, we've both been in the industry for forever.
Feels like it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but we both had our start here in Charleston, and we're both from this area as well. We're both from Mount Pleasant. You can tell if a piece of fish is from this area or not, just in the way it bites and the way that it cooks and the way that it sears.
Sure.
There's a lot of ways to really, define what is local for us. And the beautiful thing about us is we don't even have to tell. You can see it walk in the back door. So we're trying to slowly create an empire of corn.
Okay.
We
love it.
We have our fast casual corn, which is the grit counter, which we have next door, and we have another location that we just opened in North Charleston, next to the Coliseum.
Very nice.
We have Grace and Grit, of course, where we're standing right now. Grace and Grit is our flagship. It's our higher-end, finer dining restaurant, also around corn, because grits is everything. And our bar, of course, which is in the background right here, which I know we're going to be doing some cocktails here in a little bit. But those also are, it is a bourbon bar, as you can see from the many bourbons, also another version of corn.
Very nice. So you love corn.
I'm a little corny, but yeah. But the funny thing about corn is that not everybody realizes how involved everything is with corn in the world in terms of culinary. Right. Even Coca-Cola is made with corn.
As he likes to say, our partner, who's a pastor, he's the grace part, and Frank's the grit. But,
we've all got a role to play.
It also embodies the low country, though. There's a lot of grace and a lot of grit to the low country, the seafood community, and we just love how it just takes so many different meanings for us.
The bourbon program was started as an extension of what we do in the kitchen. So the basis in there is corn, so we took that out to the bar. So bourbon is made from corn. It is a whiskey product, and we've taken that and kind of run with it. We are now up to just about 400 different offerings on the menu every day. So it's a fun one. We look for the unique unicorn bourbons, the ones you're not going to find on the shelf, and that is a highlight. So we actually feature that during our happy hour from 4 to 6, Wednesday through Saturday.
Thanks so much for having us out today to our friends at Grace and Grit. We had a blast and hope you enjoyed it too. Until next time on The American Dream, thanks y'all.
I hope that you enjoyed today's episode of The American Dream Selling Charleston. Again, I'm your host, Krista Votaw with Clear Mortgage, and thank you to all those top real estate professionals who showed you your neighborhoods. Catch us next time, and don't forget to follow us at The American Dream TV on social.